Well, today we are talking about carrots, specifically overwintering carrots, planting carrots in the fall.
Now,
Welcome to the Row by Row Gardening Show, the best dadgum gardening show on the internet, where we talk about gardening, a little bit of cooking, and growing your own food. Now sit back and enjoy. Welcome everybody. Good to have y'all this evening. As we speak to you all, we are in Front Royal, Virginia. We are at the Homesteaders of America conference, which is going on tomorrow, which is Friday and Saturday. So if you're in our neck of the woods and you have tickets, come on out and stop by and say hello. We actually have a tent there.
we do.
And we'll be sitting there for a couple of days, and we'll be rambling around the grounds as well. I'm actually doing an introduction for Daniel Salatin for his couple of his speeches there on Friday and Saturday. So we're looking forward to
I'm
that.
excited. It was so much fun last year.
Yep. The bad thing is I don't think you can buy tickets on the spot. You have to pre-buy the tickets, and I think they are sold out. But if you've not purchased your tickets and made plans to go this year, I would encourage you to do next year. It is a great event. The only thing is they cap the attendance. I wish they wouldn't do that, but they do cap the attendance at a certain number. I think it's 5,000 or 6,000.
Yeah. There were a lot of people there last year. It was fun. If you happen to be somebody that has the tickets and you're going, put it in the comments and be sure to come speak to us.
Yeah, heck yeah. And you know, the weird thing is a lot of YouTubers there. A lot of them will be there. We know the Stivers is going to be there. 4 Kids in the Farm out of California will be there.
Whispering Willow will be there.
Whispering Willow will be there. There'll be a lot of YouTubers actually come out and see your
A lot of good education sessions.
Yeah. Speakers. I mean, they got speakers lined up. Doug and Stacy will be there. I'm almost positive about that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's a great event, good networking event. They have a lot of interesting vendors there. And
they do.
Yeah.
That's where we saw the Cooney last year.
The Cooney's got us all worked up on the Cooney.
Reckon what will come back and want this
There's
year.
no telling. You bought some trees last year.
A mulberry tree.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our friends from Stark Brothers Nurseries will also be there. They're out of Missouri. They'll be there, and it's going to be a good time. Weather's going to be perfect.
A little chilly. Got to
Little
pull out the
chilly.
coat.
So a little tidbit, what we're doing, we got an Airbnb that we're staying Friday night, Saturday night. Sunday morning, we're getting up early, and we're driving down an hour and a half, and we're going to another event south of where we're going to be staying at. It's called the Overland Expo. Never been to that. We're just going as visitors there, but we're going to stop by there. That same event is going on the same weekend, but it's going on Saturday and Sunday, I think. So we're going to be able to make some of that Sunday there, which I'm excited about because we love the outdoors. And we've often dreamed about buying us a camper, and they have a lot of campers there. So we're going to be interested to see that. That's Overland East, and that is, I can't remember the town, but I do know it's about an hour and a half south
of Front Royal.
of Front Royal, Virginia there. It's a big event, so we're going to come back there, and we're going to make our way back home probably sometime Monday. It's about a 12-hour ride for us, so we're not going to push it like we did last year. We're going to try to enjoy it a little bit because the fall colors will be pretty.
Do you have your garden ready for you to be gone for 5 days?
I got it as ready as I can get it. Yeah, I got some stuff that needs to be done, but when I get back, I'm going to have to get busy. Then I got somebody that's going to fill in for me a little bit on there and help me with the watering schedule and
Yeah,
things
it's
like
dry
that.
here.
But you know, it's October 1st here in the South, and that is a huge date for us because October is a prime planting season for us in the South for a lot of different things. If you're planting cover crops, October 1st to the 15th is the ideal time to plant those cover crops. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. Is because of the temperature, but also the length of daylight in the day triggers germination best this time of year for your fall seeds. Also, if you're doing direct seeding, such as mustard, turnips, anything else that you're direct seeding for fall planting, October 1st, 15th is prime ideal timing for that. So we're right in that window there. Make sure you take advantage of that. Just over the weekend, I planted some Super Bee Lucilia, which is a great one right there. Got some of that planted. And it's great for the bees, and it's just a wonderful one. It's a flower, plus it's a cover crop. So it's great for pollinators. And speaking of that, what else is it good for planting right now? Carrots.
Carrots. I have my carrots planted and they're up.
I think you was a little early on your carrots, but that's just
They're up
here and
about an inch.
there.
Some of their true leaves are coming on. May have gotten the jump. I planted them the same time I did last year. Did you know carrots were first used for medicinal purposes
I did not.
over 3,000 years ago? It was not until about 900 BC that it was actually used as a vegetable.
And it first originated in Afghanistan.
Yeah,
Now that is interesting to me. Of all places, Afghanistan.
and the first carrots was not orange.
They were?
They were white and purple.
Wow. We still have some white and purple carrots out there. You know, we have one called Purple Haze that we sell a lot of people love to juice that one. So carrots are known for they have all these vitamins in them, loaded up with these vitamins. People love to juice them.
Yeah, I like to can them, freeze them. I ferment them, pickle them. I mean, you could do them so many ways. Put them in soups.
Yeah.
That soup we had last week had carrots in it with the sweet potatoes.
Carrots is one of those things to me that is a lot better homegrown. There's a couple things.
Yeah.
Carrots and English peas to me are the two that stand out. Those are so much better homegrown than they are bought in the store. Excuse me.
Yeah, they are. I prefer. I don't even buy bought carrots anymore.
And I tell you something else. Overwintered carrots are a lot better than spring-grown carrots, in my opinion. So you can do carrots both ways. You can plant them in the fall of the year and overwinter them, or you can plant them in the springtime and grow them up if it's a springtime crop. Now here in the South, we prefer to do overwinter, but you know, pretty much anywhere you can do overwinter. Now up north, you guys are going to have to protect those tops when it comes to those hard freezes. So you're going to have to mulch with things like straw or something like that. Here in the deep South, we don't have to do anything. Do you ever remember any carrot tops dying during the wintertime?
No, not even when we had that freeze that they didn't die.
But we have mild winters down here, but we don't have to do anything with carrots except just keep them watered and fertilized.
So for fall planting, about 10 weeks before you first frost, right?
Well, I'd say October is your ideal time. I know you go a little bit above that, but I'd say October. I'd say so. Here in Zone A, our average frost date is November 22nd. So that would be, if you planted them right now, that would be around 4 weeks prior. I think that's a good time.
You think so?
I do. I think October's a good time for
How many carrots have you grown?
I've grown a few. I've not been as successful as other people have. And one reason, because you have to have good soil.
Right. You need a sunny location, and you need that good soil that's, what do you call that?
Full of organic matter. Yeah.
Free of weeds, clumps, debris, rocks.
You need a good prepared seed bed. Now I'm going to tell you, carrot.
Fine tilth.
Fine tilth, which means really loose soil.
Really loose.
Really loose. High organic matter. It's one of the things that's going to make the difference in your carrot crop or not, is how much organic matter you have in your soil. So add huge amounts of compost, manures, anything like that to get your organic matter up.
And I think that's why they do so well in a raised bed or containers, is that soil is not as compacted.
Right.
And you don't have all that stones and debris in there.
Yeah, I agree.
So 2 weeks prior to planting, you want to add you some complete organic fertilizer.
Get those microbes working in the soil. Get that fertilizer broken down so it can be used.
Another thing I do is when I add the organic fertilizer, I'll start wetting my soil and kind of getting that moisture in there and keep it in there so it's not so dry when I plant it.
Prime example of that is right now we haven't had any rain in weeks, and our soil is so dry right now you can wet it and it just won't even get wet. It just rolls off the top. So wetting that soil ahead of time does help prepare that a lot.
Water before you mark off your rows. You want your soil wet when you put that seed into it.
Lightly cover it up. You know, a lot of people plant carrots too deep. Carrot seeds are small, And I tell you one little trick the way I do it. Take the corner of the seed pack and just clip that corner out and just kind of tap it, and you can get those carrot seeds out and go down the road like that.
Yeah, they're so small, and ideally you want them spaced like 2 inches apart, but
that's unreasonable.
So I'll plant mine heavy, and then I'll go in there and thin them out.
Mm-hmm.
And some people that don't thin.
Right. Well, it's according to how good you are with the little tap in the seed pack there, how thick you're going to get them.
Yeah.
If you're that good, you don't have to go in there and thin, but that's a good little tip there. Tip of the day. Cut the corner off. Yeah.
That works for you.
Tip for the day.
When you want to keep it moist until the carrot comes up. So I would even water mine twice a day, just lightly sprinkle until it germinates, and then at least once a day until you see those true leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can back off on the water some.
Mm-hmm.
Thin out in stages and keep those weeds out of there. It's so easy until those carrots get established and those weeds will take over.
I think that's been some of my problem in the past is weeds. I let the weeds get ahead of me. Also, carrots are not for people that's really impatient, because sometimes it takes them a little longer to germinate, come up than other things. So you got to be a little patience there. But if you think about it, you got very small seeds and you need good soil contact there. So you plant them right underneath the soil there. They can dry out real quick, and that's the reason you want to keep it constant light mist.
Don't ever really let them dry out.
Yeah, just light mist and watering on them.
All right. So let's talk about the types of carrots.
Mm-hmm.
The types is basically the different shapes.
Yep. First one we're going to talk about is nantes. Am I saying that right? Nantes? Nantes. These are the kind of the blunt end. They're great for storage. However, we really don't store our carrots just as regular carrots. We always either can ours or freeze them.
Right. They'll last in the fridge in your little veggie compartment for several weeks.
Yeah, but a lot of people up north especially would put them in cellars and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And this is a great one for that. It's uniform normally, and it fits well into jars because it has that nice consistent size to it there. Most of it's great for juicing. Mm-hmm. Here we go with the juicers again. And good for fresh eating. It, of course, needs loose, well-drained soils to grow. The next one we got there is Danvers. Mr. Danvers is, yes, sir, that's that Bugs Bunny type. Broad shoulders, fairly sharp taper. This is the one you see in the grocery store most of the time. It has that classic medium length. I will say, as far as home gardeners go, Danvers is probably the least favorite type of carrot to grow because it's not quite as forgiving as some of the other ones there. So Danvers is the one we're most popular, that we're most familiar with, but we as home gardeners seem to kind of not grow those as much. And we got the Imperator, is that what it? Imperator. This is the long one right here. Long, slender one. You can pack a lot of these in a small space. So if you are doing a container or you are doing a raised beds where you have these perfect soils, this was a good one here.
They need the loose soil.
You're growing deep, and you can probably get more pounds of carrot per square foot with this type of carrot than you can any other type. They can go up to 10 inches. Of course, it needs nice loose soil to do that.
If you see the baby carrots, you skipped one.
Oh, did I?
If the baby carrots in the stores is that kind.
Is which one?
The Imperator.
Yeah, but they chop them up.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Chantenay.
Chantenay, yep. Chantenay is the one I'm gonna grow this year. Mm-hmm. It's the style I'm gonna grow. This is more for harder, stubby type carrot for these harder soils. But we got one called Oxheart.
Mm-hmm. I planted that.
And that's one I'm gonna plant this year. And it's an old French variety, and it is a Chantenay type, which is really cool.
All right, you want to go over some that we carry?
Yeah, let's do that.
Scarlet Nantes.
Which is one of our most popular varieties.
And it'll grow in the harder soils.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It is a good one. It is a good one. Now, I think it has a lot of name recognition. There's a lot of people like that one.
Valerio.
Valerio is a Nantes type also. And it's a hybrid. It has good storage solution as well. Disease resistance, great flavor, produces heavy tops and makes those easy to pull out of the ground.
And Envy is another.
Envy is another
Nantes.
another one of our top sellers. Envy is that hybrid, and it produces that 10 to 12 inch bright orange. That bright orange carrot that grows well in clay soils. And this one can probably, if you have a harder type soil and you're wanting to try one of those longer carrots, this one here is probably more forgiving than some of the rest of them.
And then the Danvers, we have two of the Danvers 126 and the Orange Blaze.
Yep, and these are the traditional Bugs Bunny carrot with that broad shoulders right there. And these are also widely adapted and works in heavy, dense soils. However, I would probably, if I had bad soils, I would probably go with the Envy over with the Danvers. If you got good soils and you want that classic carrot look, go with the Danvers.
Okay, next is the Chantenay. We've got Corota. Is that how you say that? That's the one I planted this year. And then we got the Royal Oxheart. Are the three of those.
Yeah, the Chantenay. The Oxheart's a new one we just put on last year. Like I said earlier, that's a French heirloom there. I'm really excited about that one there. It's an open pollinated for you guys that love to save your seeds. So that's a good one there.
And then for the Imperator, we've got the Malbec, Olympus, and Yellow Bunch, Viper, and Purple Elite.
Yep. Purple Elite is a good one. People love these purple carrots to juice.
Oh, I'm not crazy about them. Is that the one that had all those hairy things on it?
Purple, was that Purple Haze? Yeah.
Maybe. One of the purple ones I don't like.
Yeah, the purple ones are primarily used for juicing. Yep. With that good, strong antioxidant carrot juice.
So in the description, we'll have a link to all our carrot seeds. Go check them out. Get your carrots in the ground.
And let us know if you have one that you prefer, one type or one variety that you prefer and have better luck with over others, because it's always interesting to learn the experiences you've had with carrots.
Okay.
So the garden spotlight this week is from Todd Richards, and Todd is in Gaffney, South Carolina. He's in Zone 7. And he's got a piece in a picture here. I want to put this picture up there. He says, white multiplying onions. My grandfather had these and passed down to my dad, and now I have them.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yep, they are the same onion sets that my grandfather was growing. And we're a big fan of multiplying onions. Look at that. Ain't that a pretty sight right there?
Maybe he'll send us some.
Yeah, well, we got our own type. Then we're down here. But in South Carolina, there's a lot of people out there grow multiplying onions. Todd's been having a little trouble with some of his squash plants, hollering out and dying off there. Even with Granny sent a couple of pictures of them there. Todd, it looks like to me there you may have some squash borer problems, squash vine borer problems, which is common, especially this time of year. All right, so you got a corny joke for this week?
I do.
Yep.
How do you make soup gold?
Soup gold?
Or gold soup?
How do you make gold soup? I don't know.
Put about 24 carrots in it. That's pretty good.
That was all right. All right, so we got the old goat drawing, y'all. So we have an old goat figurine here on the set somewhere. And if you find the old goat, then you put in the comments below where the old goat's at. We'll draw next week on those comments there to send you a prize Hoss merchandise. So let's see right here who we got there. And this week's winner is Anita Baldwin. How about that? Anita Baldwin.
I know Anita.
Send us your shipping address to hosstools.com. That information is on the bottom of our homepage there. And Anita, we will get you a nice prize sent in the mail.
Is all our garlic gone?
We have all the German white is gone, been shipped out. So we're completely out, shipped out all the German white. We could have sold a lot more folks. We could have got it. That's all we could get. Elephant garlic, we have just a little bit of elephant garlic left. Not much. Strawberries are about gone. I looked and we had about 30 flats left.
It may be gone.
And it may be gone by the time this airs. We had about 30 flats left. They were just about gone. Onions. So let me go back on strawberries. We're going to be shipping strawberries either the end of next week or the week before. So within the next 2 weeks, your strawberries will ship. We're going to get those out to you so you can get those in the ground. We're excited about these challenge strawberries. Yep. A lot of people are growing strawberries this year, and for good reason.
They're easy to grow.
Easy to grow, and it's one of the most wonderful things to eat fresh out of the garden.
Yeah.
And this Chandler variety is the sweetest one, hands down, I've ever grown. And so what we got? Onions. Onion. We're in the middle of onion pre-sales. We have those Vidalia onion starts plants on pre-sale. So go to our website and check out the plants tab up top.
We will not be shipping the onions till November. 1st
of November, we're going to have 3 ship dates. We're going to ship the 1st of November, the middle of November, the end of November. So go ahead and get your order in now so that your shipment will be on the 1st end of November there. These things are great. We got 2 regular onions and 1 red. All of them are Vidalia type and also grown in the Vidalia region up there. So, Vidalia onions. So, anything else? How's your garden?
It's doing good.
Yep. You're a little bit worried about the dry weather and leaving it all.
I know. My Valerie, the one I've been mentoring in gardening, she's going to be my water while I'm gone. She's going to take care of it for me.
Take care of your garden. Maybe we'll come back and everything will be fine. We need some rain.
Yeah, there's none in the forecast.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. All right, folks. Thank you for joining us. Now it's time for you to get off that couch and get dirty.